I've got a question for you guys. Do you all think that Call of Duty even has the slightest chance at a comeback for this franchise? Now, I'm just talking about COD. I'm not talking about all the horrible practices that Activision is putting into this game, like the microtransactions and DLC weapons being stuck behind paywalls. I'm not talking about all that stuff. I'm just talking about the core gameplay. We've seen a lot of innovation for this title over the past years throughout multiple titles. Ever since Ghost came out, afterwards, every game has been trying to change the meta of Call of Duty. But with every change, it seemed like they just kept going further and further away from what truly brought people in to enjoying Call of Duty. Even though I say Call of Duty 2, the big red one, was my first Call of Duty game, that's not initially the COD game that, really drew me in. It was a single player game, there was no multiplayer. But if you go over to COD 4 or World at War, which was my first two experiences with Call of Duty, they were amazing. I love those games. And I think that's when the majority of the Call of Duty community came into the game. It started with Call of Duty 4, then World at War, and then a lot more people started coming in with Modern Warfare 2, definitely Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. We saw a lot of people coming into Call of Duty during this time period, and during the Modern Warfare series, and the Black Ops series, but I would say it was capped off at Black Ops 2. But during this time, this game was fun. It had a good pace to it. It was a clean game. But I think over time, they kept trying to push the arcade shooter style. They wanted to keep making the game faster and faster and faster, hence the jetpacks that were added into the game. And even after the jetpacks, you can look at games like World War II, which wasn't really a fast game, but the map design definitely made it so you could find and engage with the enemies at a constant pace. And then you look over to a game like Black Ops 4, and that looks like a jetpack COD without, I don't even know how they did it. It's still a mystery to me how they made a game so fast-paced without having jetpacks included whatsoever. I gotta say, Treyarch, that was pretty impressive. But Call of Duty kind of lost their touch. And as development studios left, as the original, Treyarch studio left from the whole Black Ops series, and Black Ops 3 and 4 were designed by different people, and the Modern Warfare series, they left. They're long gone, even though some of them have come back for the current Modern Warfare game. But as you notice with games like Ghost and Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 4, all these other titles that are coming out after the core Call of Duty games that we all love were made by different development studios. Even though they were still Infinity Ward and Treyarch, there's just different people behind the actual, studio names. And just like any other regular human being, we all have different passions, we all have different motives, we have different minds, we want different things. So these different individuals are crafting their own style of Call of Duty games, which were, getting quicker and quicker, faster and faster. But then the Call of Duty community has been pretty much revolting at this point, I would say. Now don't get me wrong, these games aren't bad. They were fun playstyles. I think the only thing that really ruined the majority of these Call of Duty titles were definitely the microtransactions. But other than that, the games were pretty much fun. I still enjoyed them. Call of Duty is already a fast-paced game, so making it even faster for me isn't really too big of an issue. I still enjoy the fast, action-packed gameplay. But like I said in the beginning of this video, that's not what the majority of this community fell in love with. And trust me, I know a lot of people out there who didn't start off with the original Modern Warfare series or the original first two Black Ops games. I know people who started off with Ghost. I know people who started off with Black Ops 3. I know people who started off with Black Ops 4. It's things and times that people will come in and finally try out the game. But all those people, all the people who came to enjoy the game during Ghost and afterwards with Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, you know what I'm saying. All the people who came after the original Call of Duty games, they wouldn't be coming into this franchise. This franchise would be nothing. They wouldn't have any time or any money or resources to put into these new titles if the original crowd who enjoyed the original Call of Duty games were not there. If Modern Warfare 1 through 3 and Black Ops 1 and 2 and World at War completely sucked, Call of Duty would not be where it is right now. And all the new fans who are experiencing the game and enjoying the new styles that all these development studios are putting out for us, they wouldn't be able to enjoy all that fun stuff in the game. Now, Modern Warfare is coming around, and I think Infinity Ward has finally listened in very closely. I seriously see a complete playstyle of every single Modern Warfare game in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I haven't played Modern Warfare 3 in a little while, so I don't know if it's too much from that game in Modern Warfare, but I play pretty much Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2 on a daily basis. And when I hop on Call of Duty Modern Warfare during the beta on PC, it felt very similar. And it took me a while, because while I was playing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta, I was thinking to myself, this game seems very familiar. You know, it doesn't seem like this is my first time playing this title. And then going back to games like Modern Warfare 2, I finally see that it is tiny things here and there that they incorporate into the game. Now, of course, Modern Warfare isn't a complete copycat and a complete makeover of, the whole Modern Warfare franchise. They didn't literally strip everything out of each of these titles. But they did take little aspects here and there of what really made the gameplay good for the whole series of, the Modern Warfare games. Now, there's plenty of people who do not like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and that's okay. I'm not saying that's a bad thing if you hate this game. Not at all. But for me personally, I had tons of fun. It really gave me a good Call of Duty vibe while playing this game. Not necessarily in the 6v6 as much, but on PC, on the old school COD games, you get a lot of modded lobbies, and these modded lobbies don't really do anything to the game. They keep it the same. But what they do is they just increase the player count, so you do get games with 16, 20 plus people on these original maps. And I always loved that kind of playstyle in Call of Duty, because it fit very nicely. It always lended to people who wanted to be aggressive, and always have a lot of fun. And in those slow-paced, if you go into a 6v6 on Modern Warfare 2, the games take a while. It takes a minute to find people and navigate the maps. Now, it's still a good, decent pacing in between gunfights in Modern Warfare 2. But regardless, if you compare it to a game like Black Ops 4, they're completely different games. And when you come back to a game like Modern Warfare, it gives you that almost slow strategic playstyle that you saw in games like Modern Warfare 2 or Call of Duty 4 that honestly a lot of people have forgotten about unless you go back and revisit the game. Now, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, I don't know, I still think it's insanely fast paced on PC. It's a completely different story on console though. It's a very slow game. I'm surprised. But Modern Warfare 2, that's actually a different experience on PC compared to COD 4. It actually kind of feels like a console environment. The game is just played a lot slower than your typical games. But regardless, Modern Warfare is taking the playstyle of these old school games. And that is really making me happy. It's making me excited. And also with the addition of Ground War and 10v10, it gives me this PC experience that I could get in these old school modded lobbies of these games, but now they're actually, in a Call of Duty title. But Treyarch is up next, and they are trying to get things together for Black Ops 5 that is coming out in 2020. But I just thought it was funny because they said that this is going to be practically a reboot of the Black Ops series, and we're going to be calling it Black Ops 5. And Infinity Ward said the same thing for the Modern Warfare game. It's a reboot of the Modern Warfare series, which when they are putting it together and which we all played it in the beta, it feels like the old school CODs. So does this mean that Call of Duty Black Ops 5 will also feel similar to games like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2? If they're claiming it's a reboot and they do take the same exact path that Infinity Ward took, we might be in for a treat when 2020 comes around. Black Ops 1 might be a pretty slow title, but Black Ops 2 was also fast-paced. I really enjoyed Black Ops 2. Black Ops 4 had potential to be Black Ops 2, but honestly with 150 health that kind of took it out, and some of the map designs were just a little rough, a little too small compared to Black Ops 2 maps, so I just couldn't quite see it, but it was still there. Now, I have a feeling that if Treyarch does this correctly, and they could make a solid game, because they're saying that this is going to be taking place in the same exact time period that Black Ops 1 took place. Which, you know, even makes me think even more that it's a reboot and they're really trying to bring back the classic feel of this game. It makes me wonder, does Activision know? Do they finally see that the community is just getting enraged with the title? Now, nothing is confirmed. This is just me talking about a specific topic that I thought about overnight. But it really did make me think hard because, like I said, I'm enjoying Modern Warfare. This is a game that I had tons of fun with on the beta. I'm very excited to play the full year, and I haven't had this excitement for seriously a very long time. Now, a lot of people who don't like Modern Warfare might enjoy Black Ops 5 when it's coming out. Remember, they're trying to bring back the core feeling of what Call of Duty is. And the best Call of Duty games made by Treyarch were hands down World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2. And players who enjoy that playstyle, the games that the Black Ops series were in, I think you're probably going to enjoy Black Ops 5. Now, of course, the only thing weighing down all other odds is if the microtransactions in all of these games will ruin it. But if somehow, some magical way, microtransactions don't manage to get into this game, or at least there's not pay-to-win weapons added into the game, I think Call of Duty might seriously be coming on a major come-up right now. I have a feeling that the Treyarch studio is really trying to cook up something juicy here, something that the community will really like. And even though Treyarch is coming into Black Ops 5 very late, Sledgehammer Games isn't a rookie studio. Even though they did get cut from the title, because I don't know why Activision didn't want them designing games anymore, Sledgehammer still worked on a lot of games that you do not know of. Like, a lot of games in the Modern Warfare series were also worked on by Sledgehammer Games as well. So it shouldn't be hard at all for Treyarch to come and pick up the rest of the work here. I think it should be a very easy transition from Sledgehammer to Treyarch. And if that's the case, and they decide to make it like Black Ops 1 in the same time period, I'm excited. I'm very pumped for how Call of Duty is turning out nowadays. I'm enjoying the methods that they're putting into the game, the actual game style. Modern Warfare has me pumped, guys. I'm very excited. And even though with all the news of microtransactions, loot crates, and also survival being locked behind not even a paywall, just, you know, a console exclusive wall, you know, it's a lot of negative news. But overall, the gameplay and the time that I had in Modern Warfare, I'm still craving it to this day. All I want to play right now is just Modern Warfare. I haven't touched Black Ops 4. Actually, I touched it once. I instantly got off. I've just been playing Modern Warfare 1. Well, not Modern Warfare 1, my bad. Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. What do you guys think? How do you all feel about Call of Duty and the direction that they're trying to take this game right now? With Modern Warfare coming out, there's no doubt in my mind that this was made intentionally with knowing that they wanted to have Modern Warfare and also Modern Warfare 2 incorporated into this title. So what if Black Ops 5 is a complete total game that's made out of World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2? With a new updated engine, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine the type of things that Treyarch could possibly do with this title. But do make sure you leave a comment down below on how you feel about the topic today. Also, if you enjoyed the video and you want to show a little support, you can always like this video, or if you just hated it, you can always dislike it, whichever one you prefer. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the commentary, you can always subscribe to this channel. Also hit the bell notification button if you want to be notified for more recent uploads. And if you just want to chat with me, see some behind the scenes clips or anything of that sort, follow me over on Twitter. And if you want to catch me live streaming, I'm over on Twitch at JbowenDaMan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.